Here we will see array functions in PHP. First function is array change key case, which changes the all keys in an array to lowercase or uppercase. General syntax is array change key case with array and case value, where array is the name of the array that is to use for conversion and case is optional value which is a lower or upper. The default value is lower. Here I defined an array with key values as 1, 2 and 3, and when I use array change key case function with case upper value, it will print 1, 2 and 3 in uppercase, which are the key elements of that array. Next is array chunk, which splits an array into chunks of new array. The last chunk may contain less than the length element. General syntax is array chunk, then array size and preserve key, where array is the name of the array, size is an integer that specifies the size of each chunk, and preserve key is optional which contains the value of true or false. The default value is false, which reindexes the chunk numerically. Here I defined array with value a, b, c, d, e, and here I use array chunk functions with size 2. It will print the chunk of array as first element contains first two elements of this, that is a and b. Second row contains next two elements, that is c and d, and last is contains only e. Since here we have not used the preserve key, it will reindexes the values. And in this example I use the preserve key as true. It will also chunk the values, but it will not reindexes the values, and it will return the original index values of that element. Next is array column, which returns the values from a single column of the array, which is identified by the column key. General syntax is array, column key and index key, where array is the name of the array, column is the value to return, and index key is the column to use as the index or keys for the returned array. For this, here I define the array with name mark, which contains number, subject and mark as a column key. And here I use array column marks and only subject. It will return the subject columns values, that is Linux, PHP, C# and Java. Next is array combine, which creates an array by using one array for keys and another for its values. General syntax is array combine keys and values, where keys are the keys of the array to use and values are the array of values to be used. Here I defined two arrays, A with name subject class and B with name PHP and first class, and when I combine this array combine with A and B, it will create new array with name as a column key and A as a value, then subject as a column, PHP as a value, and class is a column and first class is a value. Next is array count values, which returns an array using the values of array as keys and their frequency in array as a values. Here I defined an array with values 1 hello, then again 1 world and hello, and here I use the function array count values for that array. It will print 1 equal to 2, hello equal to 2 and world equal to 1. That is 1 appears twice in the array, hello appears twice in the array and world appears for only once. Next function is array difference, which compares value of two or more arrays and returns the differences. General syntax is array difference, array 1, array 2 and array 3, where array 1 is the array to compare from, array 2 is an array for compare against, and array 3 is also an array to compare against, but array 1 and array 2 are required and array 3 is optional. Here I defined two arrays A1 and A2 with values red, green, blue and yellow, and when I use array difference function with A1 and A2, it will print yellow, which is not common between these two arrays. Next is array different associate, which compares the keys and values of two or more arrays and return the differences. Next is array different key, which computes the differences of arrays using the keys for comparison. General syntax is array difference key with array 1, array 2 and array 3, where array 1 is the array to compare from, array 2 is an array which compare against, and array 3 is optional. Here I define two arrays A1 and A2 with A, B, C as a keys and red, green, blue is a value, and when I use function array difference key A1 and A2, it will result new array with B green. It will compare the arrays and return the values of A1 which is not present in A2.